It's really quite something, isn't it? How just a handful of search terms can give you this vivid snapshot of what the world's thinking about or, feeling, even watching all at once.
It really is. That collective curiosity, it's powerful.
So today we're doing a deep dive into exactly that. We're looking at a real-time picture of what people were interested in globally, pulled straight from the trending searches data for July 12th and 13th, 2025.
Yep, focusing on people, sports, and news.
Exactly. And our mission here is basically to unpack these trends, find some surprising connections maybe, and give you a shortcut to understanding what grabbed millions of people's attention.
And when we say millions, sometimes it really is. Getting, say, over 200,000 searches for just one person in less than a day. That's usually a sign of something pretty big happening.
Definitely puts them in the top tier of global interest for that moment. So let's jump right in. What got the world's eye first?
Okay, first up, and this one had a really big search volume, Rosie O'Donnell, over 200,000 searches. So the immediate question is, why now? Right, what triggered that specific spike?
And the related searches were super specific, things like Rosie O'Donnell Trump, obviously, Trump Rosie O'Donnell, but then also, where was Rosie O'Donnell born? And is Rosie O'Donnell an American citizen? And even, can the president revoke citizenship?
Okay, wow. So that's fascinating. The way public interest just zooms in on these, almost legalistic details. Citizenship, presidential powers,
Yeah.
especially tied to a public figure with a history of, let's say, political engagement and past feuds. It really suggests that maybe conversations or rhetoric from, say, the 2024 political cycle around citizenship might be resurfacing.
That makes sense, like an old spark reigniting online curiosity
Yeah.
based on current events or discussions.
Exactly. It shows how these things can lie dormant and then suddenly pop back up in search trends based on very specific triggers. It's less about just who is this person and more about these very particular legal or political angles.
It really highlights how past political narratives can just surge back into relevance through search, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Especially when those fundamental questions, like citizenship, were debated before.
Okay, so shifting gears quite dramatically here. From that mix of celebrity and past politics to something, well, much more immediate and concerning. Jamal White.
Ah, yes. That was a significant one.
Over 100,000 searches starting July 12th, and the related terms really tell the story. Jamal White, Milwaukee, then Jamal White, Milwaukee found, Milwaukee boy kidnapped, 7-year-old boy kidnapped.
You can almost see the timeline of public awareness and hope in those searches.
Exactly. And then was Jamal White found safe, and crucially, Amber Alert Milwaukee.
Right. And looking at the bigger picture, that surge for a missing child and then the intense searching for updates like found safe, it just powerfully shows how engaged the public gets with critical news instantly.
Yeah, that found safe must have been a huge wave of searches too.
You bet. And the mention of Amber Alert is key. For listeners maybe outside the U.S., that's an emergency system for abducted children. Its presence in the searches underlines the public safety aspect. Search platforms become vital information hubs in these moments.
It really drives home how search isn't just casual browsing sometimes. It's about community concern, real-time information in a crisis.
Precisely. It's, collective empathy playing out in data, a very human response.
Okay, so from that very serious situation, we swing back towards, well, the intersection of sports and celebrity intrigue. Klay Thompson, an athlete many people will know.
Yep, Golden State Warriors.
Also pulling in over 100,000 searches starting early on July 13th. And the related terms here. Megan Thee Stallion, Klay Thompson Megan, Klay Thompson girlfriend, Klay Thompson wife, Megan Thee Stallion boyfriend.
Ah, the relationship angle.
And just generally, who is Klay Thompson dating?
Yeah, what's interesting there is how sometimes for athletes, their off-court life, especially relationship rumors, maybe sparked by a social media post or a sighting,
Right.
can actually drive more immediate search traffic than, say, their last game's score. It really blurs those public-private lines for figures like Thompson.
So is this just typical celebrity gossip magnified because it involves two famous people, or does the volume suggest something more?
It's most likely the enduring power of those relationship rumors, especially when it connects two big names. Social media just pours fuel on that fire, turning little hints into massive public speculation that drives searches.
Makes sense. Okay, staying in sports, but a very different kind of story. Quinchon Judkins.
Okay.
About 50,000 searches for him, also starting July 13th.
Yeah.
And the terms are Cleveland Browns, Judkins arrested, and Quinchon Judkins video.
Right, so this follows another pattern. When a public figure, especially an athlete, is involved in something like an arrest, the search interest spikes immediately, and people instantly connect it to their professional life. Hence, the Cleveland Browns searches. They're trying to place the incident within the context of his public identity.
Looking for the team's reaction, maybe, or details of the incident itself with the video search.
Exactly. It's information gathering around a specific, often negative event tied to a known person.
And then, just briefly, dipping back into entertainment, showing the sheer range of things people search for. Vanessa Hudgens.
Ah, okay.
Also around 50,000 searches. And the key related terms were pretty simple. Cole Tucker, her partner, and Vanessa Hudgens' baby.
Right. So this fits perfectly into that category of major celebrity life events. Pregnancy announcements, births, engagements, they consistently drive public curiosity. People want the updates. They search for the partner's name. They're kind of invested in the personal story.
It shows that broad interest in celebrity milestones. Okay, finally, let's look at a whole category that's always huge. Live sports. Just pure fandom in action.
Always a massive driver of real-time searches.
On July 13th, we saw huge interest, over 100,000 searches for Nashville versus Inter Miami, and the related terms. Animals, naturally. Lionel Messi, of course.
The Messi effect is undeniable in MLS searches.
Definitely. And Henny Mukhtar, the Nashville star. Then, shifting sports, Berlanga popped with over 50,000 searches. That's boxing.
Right, the boxer Edgar Berlanga.
Yeah, related terms were Hamzah Sheeraz, his opponent, boxing tonight, Edgar Berlanga versus Hamzah Sheeraz, even Shakur Stevenson fight time, and Andy Lee suggesting broader boxing interest.
So a specific anticipated bout driving lots of searches for details, time, opponent-related fighters.
And then the couple of soccer matches from Mexico's Liga MX, both getting over 20,000 searches. Cruz Azul Mazatlán and Toluca Necaxa.
It's really striking, that consistent high-volume interest across different sports, soccer, boxing.
Yeah.
Whether it's a global superstar like Messi drawing eyes to MLS, or a specific boxing match, or regular league games, the pattern is clear.
People are actively tracking these events live.
Absolutely. Using search for scores, for where to watch, for player info. It's that immediate, passionate fan engagement playing out in real time.
So when you pull it all together, what does it all mean? It's quite a whirlwind, isn't it? From a, deep concern about a missing child 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
To intense speculation about who an athlete is dating the next, or just wanting to know the score of a game, it really covers the whole spectrum of human interest.
It really does. And if you connect it all, these trending searches give us this fascinating live pulse of collective curiosity. It's this mix, isn't it? Immediate concern for important news, a definite appetite for entertainment and celebrity updates, but also a real desire for specific facts, whether it's about citizenship or fight times.
Yeah.
It shows how quickly our collective focus can shift from, deeply human stories to sports stats to celebrity gossip. It really raises a question, though.
What's that?
In this age of just endless information, what does this daily snapshot of top searches really tell us about the stories, the questions that genuinely capture the most minds at once? And maybe, how do our own individual searches feed into these much larger global trends?
That's a great thought to leave people with. Thinking about your own search history. How does it line up or maybe diverge from these big trends? What unique things are you asking the internet that maybe aren't reflected here?
What little ripples are we all making in that huge data ocean?
Well, we hope this deep dive into what was trending has given you some maybe surprising insights and perhaps a bit of a shortcut to knowing what the world was talking about recently.
Hope it was useful.
Thank you so much for joining us for this exploration. We really appreciate you being with us.
Thanks, everyone.
Until next time, keep digging, keep learning, and definitely stay curious.